have talked about so many different topics in all of my videos. Many of the topics involve unemployment, my life here in Germany, how everything has evolved. Many things that I have changed in my life, what I have learned through my life and through the years. So there's many things I have talked about, but I never gone into detail into my divorce. And that's something I really want to talk about it, because that's something that really changed my life. I know that many of you, if you are in a situation when you're going through a divorce, you are thinking about it. Maybe you are just trying to make the decision, like, is it really good? Is it bad? Should I do it? You are not really sure, or you really want to do it, but you really need that push, like, hey, that's the right decision. I know it's not easy. And once you have made the right decision about it, once you are in the process, could be that now you're going through divorce, you are living by yourself, you are going through the whole process, and that's really a very tough situation. It takes time. It's not like you got divorced and that's it, you sign out the documents, and no, it takes a lot of time, many things to happen for you to finally say, like, hey, I finally made it. I went through the whole process and I'm at peace with it. It's not easy, it takes time, and that's why I have done that. I've been there, I know how it feels like. And if you are in that situation right now, if you want some different point of view, different experience, that's something I can share with you, just from my different personal point of view, and hopefully it could be helpful for you. At the time I was dealing and going through that situation, I was looking for help in a different kind of ways. And every single opinion, every single kind of little help I could get was really good. So I'm offering my point of view for you as well. Hopefully can help you navigate the situation in a better way, in an easier way, and really realize that it's okay if there's some things you're going through and it doesn't feel right. And that's something I really want to talk about right now in this video. So first, let's go very quickly to my story. I want to give you a background from my whole divorce experience and tell you how it was. I got divorced 2 years ago, more or less, a bit more than that. And it was very difficult. It was a really tough experience. I never gone through a difficult situation like that. It's something you cannot really compare to anything else you have lived in your life. I had been married for 4 years, maybe a bit more than that. And that was because ever since I arrived here in Germany, I arrived with my boyfriend at that time, and we met in London because we had studied together. We had done our master together, and after the master he found a job in Germany, and he found a really good opportunity in Germany, not in England. So he offered me to come here with him, like, hey, you can come here, join me, you can also start your career in English by now. I didn't speak any German at that time. And yeah, for me it was an opportunity to create a new career here in Germany, to start a new life, and also to keep going with my life with him. Yeah, then after 1 year and a half, a bit more than that, here in Germany, we got married. It was also the best decision at that time, since I had to be renewing my visa every single, I don't know, half year. So every 6 months I had to renew it, and that was a painful process because I had to upload and send so many documents, bank statements, renewals from many other documents I had to just submit. It was annoying, and bureaucracy in Germany, it's painful. It's very annoying. If you live in Germany, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, we got married for years. There were many things related to the culture that did just not work. At the beginning, of course, we met in London, so it was a different experience, different culture. He was also speaking English, not German. And then here, it kind of like changed a lot, little by little, and I realized about so many things about the culture, about the life here in Germany, about his family, his personality, the things that were like actually something different from the idea I had at the beginning. It had a lot to do with cultural shock as well, because of course I had never lived in Germany before, so like it was like a huge change of life. And after so many years, I little by little, like I started just like being or feeling in this situation like that I was not comfortable with. I was like, yeah, it's a different culture, but I feel like I didn't feel like I would fit that well. And with him, there were many things that I was like, yeah, I'm trying to be Colombian, but I tried to adjust, and I was like, I don't like this, and there were many things that just were still a shock to me, and it was becoming a problem every single time. Where it came to a point where I realized, like, okay, it's enough. I cannot change someone. That was also a mistake that I had, because I thought that maybe he was just shy, or maybe he was a special way or whatever, and like he's gonna learn to do that, or he's gonna learn with the time, and he's gonna get more trust, or maybe just be that way. That was a horrible mistake I made. That's something also that I learned. You cannot change someone. Don't ever try to do it. But that's gonna be for a different video. So to the point. Eventually, things did not work. I realized that I was going against the flow. Also, maybe my employment situation in Germany and so many struggles that I had here had influence on our relationship as well. So we were not very happy at the end. I was trying to live my life in a life that was actually not mine. It was more like his and his family, and I was trying to adjust at the German life, but could not feel that I had my own life. It was really hard. So yeah, I said, it's enough. I'm not happy. If I think about the future, it's not gonna change. It has to stop. So I made the decision a bit more than 2 years ago, and I left our apartment. And the process took a lot. It was not just that, like, hey, I left my apartment, took my things, and that's it, and then I went somewhere else and started a new life. That was not that easy. That was just the beginning of like a 2-year process I've been going through, dealing with the whole process of divorce. Now I think I'm fine, it's okay, but it takes time. It really takes time. You need to be patient, and that's why I want to give you some tips on how I deal with it, how I manage to cope with it the best way, and what you can do in order to get the best out of it. Number 1, I think one of the best ways to cope with your divorce and really make peace with it, with your decision, and go through the process the best way. Be sure and certain that you made the right decision for you and also for your partner as well. It's about 2 people, right? It's not as you that you are divorcing. You are getting divorced from your partner as well. And you need to be certain you are doing the best for you. And of course, if you are doing that, you also need to know that that's also the best decision for your partner. Why? Because if you're not happy with that person, it's not fair for the other person, being with someone who's not really interested. If you don't want to, if you feel like it doesn't work anymore, doesn't go together, doesn't fit anymore, why would the other person want to be with you? You're making the best decision, that's for sure. And if it did not work, also it was because of 2 people, like 2 of you contributed to that relationship. So of course it was because of your decision, but I'm sure many things that the other person did also had influence on that decision as well. And even if it seems not that obvious at the moment, like, oh no, like for the other person it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be difficult, or he doesn't want to, or whatever, you need to know that that decision you're making on the long term is gonna be better for him as well. It's gonna make him happy, it's gonna be make him grow as a person as well. The other person is gonna go through a process that fortunately is going to make him grow and be a better person at the same time. So that's also something that I consider is important. You have to think about yourself as well, And yeah, be certain that what you're doing, your decision, is also the best for the other person. I'm making emphasis on this because I have heard many other people before and they make too much emphasis on just you. And yeah, that's right, you have to focus on you and yourself. But if you loved or still love that person, maybe not in that romantic way, but still appreciate that person the way I do with my ex, for instance, and you show appreciation for that, for all the time that you lived together, for all the things that you learned, for everything you went through. If you also love that person by heart, yeah, it's important also to think about it. Not being just so selfish, just about you and you and you, and maybe hurt the other person and you don't care about what could happen to the other one. No, because it's like also take into account that everything you do in your life and everything you do with your life has impact on the others as well. And since you were in a marriage, it's up to people. What you do in your marriage, it also affects the other person in a negative or positive way. And it's up to you to take care of that. So if some hesitation comes on the way, or if you have some doubt sometimes, that's normal. Sometimes you might think like, should I still really try to do this? Should I still really give it a try? Or should I still, I don't know, oh, he really loves me, maybe I should really try it. When that happens, or when that happened to me, I like to do this exercise, and it was to think about the future. The two different possibilities that you could have. One, see yourself in the future, a couple years later, 5 years later, farther down the road. So one way, with the person, what if I don't get divorced? How is it gonna look like? Is that problem that you have, is it really gonna still there? Is it gonna evolve? Is it gonna be bigger? Is it gonna be smaller? It's gonna disappear? It's gonna be fixed? What if not? You don't have any guarantee that things are gonna change. What if things stay just the way they have been? In my case, for instance, it was really tough, and there were many things that were going like over and over, and through the years it went just worse. It started with a small thing, and then like it got worse and worse and worse, and it came to the point where it was always like I did not see myself that way in the future. Like I would try to imagine myself, and I'm like, no, in 5 years I don't want to see myself or imagine myself living the same way I'm living right now. I cannot stand it. No, I don't accept it. I want to be happy, and I'm not happy right now, so I'm getting out of this. So that was one way I would see really myself in the future, and I was like, okay, maybe things change, maybe he can change, what actually you should not expect. But let's say maybe it could happen, but nobody guarantees you that. Are you really gonna be happy if that person change, or if the situation change, or if your, I don't know, financial struggles get solved? Is that really gonna solve the problem? And that's actually just like a fantasy. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. There are many things that are, especially if you're pretending that person to change, it's never gonna happen. Like 85% of the times, it's something you cannot really expect from someone. So when you see yourself in the future, having like this problem, like dealing still with this problem, taking into account that it can get bigger, it can get worse, or it can stay the same, but still you do not want to deal with it anymore because it doesn't make sense. Either you fix it, you deal with it, or you erase it, get it out of your life. When I did that, then I used to think about the other option. What would it be, or what would my future be like in a few years or a few months later? A few years, 5 years, more years down the road, by myself. Okay, maybe not by myself, but without that problem, getting divorced, starting a new life, starting a new opportunity for me in my life, not having to deal with that anymore because I don't want it in my life, and I accepted it, it came to an end. And see yourself in the future. How do you see yourself? Is it like promising? Is that not exciting? A new opportunity, a new chance for you and yourself. What would you do in your life? Even if you imagine yourself being single, or maybe in a healthy, good relationship, it could work as well. Whatever you want is possible. But you deserve a new opportunity in your life. You deserve to be happy. So you can see yourself in the future, like, okay, if I don't do this, okay, maybe I don't have that financial stability I have with my partner. I have to start over by myself again, start a new life, a new social circle, make new friends, whatever. There's many things, many challenges. But it's a new opportunity that life is offering you, and that's what you have to see. Like, either you take the bad thing, the bad roads, full of pain, struggles, things are not likely gonna change, right? Being with someone who you feel love is not reciprocated, or it just doesn't feel right anymore. So you wanna be in that way still and spend many more years of your life in the same situation, or you want to have a new chance in your life, have new opportunities, make your life better, get the best out of yourself. So when you think about those two options and you really visualize yourself and you imagine yourself those two ways, from those two perspectives, you really can be certain and be sure that you are making the right decision. Really think about it, reflect upon it, and think about that. Because if you know very deep in yourself you're making the right decision, do it. Do not hesitate anymore. It's the best for you, and also for the other person as well. Don't be like, oh no, that poor guy, or he loves me, or what this or that. The other person also deserves a good life, also deserves to be loved for real. Or maybe if not, you can say, okay, the other person is like a narcissist, was an asshole, blah, 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 and I don't want anything good for him, or I don't care what happens with him. Okay, it can happen sometimes. Still, in that case, if you get away from that person, it's also the best for that person. Could be a lesson for that person. And if not, it's also none of your business. You do what you can, and you do your best with your life. Making the right decision is going to leave the best impact on that person. And it's up to him or up to her to take action and see if the person is going to change, if it's going to improve, if it's going to grow as well or not. Up to each person to decide. But you are going to take care of your life. The second tip I want to give is about forgiveness, to forgive. And that's something really, really important that is very difficult to do, especially at the end of the divorce. If someone wanted to get divorced from you, or you wanted to get divorced, doesn't matter who started, it hurts. It hurts either way. It doesn't matter who made the decision. It really hurts, and it's very tough, very difficult to deal with it. And you feel hurt. Then you start thinking, okay, maybe it was my fault. What did I do it wrong? Maybe I did this, or maybe I could have done this better. Or you can start also blaming the other person. Maybe the other person hurt you really bad, and you're like, oh, but he did this to me, and he did that, and he was very mean, and he hurt my feelings, and he used to be that way, but then he did that. Like, there's many things, and we used to also put the blame either on ourselves or on the other person. And here is very, very important to forgive. Of course, it's something that is not automatically, it doesn't happen from one day to another. It's not like you say, I want to forgive, I'm gonna forgive, and then the next day, I forgave him and I forgave myself and everything's fine. No, it really is a process, reflection process you start and you have to go through. But the more you start reflecting about it and really thinking about it, reflecting upon it, the better it's gonna be for you, the easier it's gonna be for you to forgive and really just let it go. Be at peace with yourself. And I'm talking about forgiving the other person, but also you. Because in most cases, it's like, this person did this, did that, blah, blah, blah. I hate him. Okay. So forgiving is very important, because once you forgive, you drop all the weight you have your shoulders, in your whole body, in your whole life. Like, it doesn't weigh anymore. Once you forgive, it's okay. If you are resentful with someone or with that person, that's a bad feeling that you're always going to be holding on to yourself. And is that bad for the other person? No, it's bad for you. You are the one who's really feeling bad. So in order for you to feel better and move on with your life, you have to drop that feeling and you have to just let it go and forgive. Just forgive, it's okay. It happened. I don't care anymore. It's okay. I'm fine. That situation, whatever happened, helped me grow, helped me learn about many things, and helped me improve and be a better person now. Even if it was hard, even if it was difficult, even if he was an asshole. Unconsciously, he gave you a lesson, and you have to accept that and forgive that person. Because forgiving is something that benefits you more than anybody else. You do that mainly for you. And also forgiving yourself, because in many cases as well, could be that you think about all the mistakes you made, like, I did not work because of this, or if I had done this or that, I should have been more helpful, or I should have been more understanding, or I should have help more in this or that, or there's so many things, yeah, it's right. Like, we always have something to learn. We are not perfect. So forgiving about all of those things, it's important as well. And and realize about it and acknowledge that and say, yeah, it's okay, it happens. The same way the other person made mistakes, you also made mistake. If the other person was a narcissist and I stayed there, it was also my bad staying all of that time, because the longer you stay in a situation you don't like, it's your fault. It's not the other person's fault, it's your fault. You are the one who decided to stay there. So it's also your fault. So let's just don't talk about fault anymore. Your responsibility, that's the right word, your responsibility. So of course, there's feelings of blame, of guilt, but forgiving yourself and forgiving the others, just forgiving, it's so important. And it's one of the best steps, main steps for you to move on in this divorcing process, getting divorced, coping with it. Once you go through that, really, you're going to make a huge move in your life and you're going to start feeling a lot better with yourself and with the other person as well. Number 3 is allow yourself to feel bad even when you made the right decision. And I think that's also very important, because I'm sure for many of you it might be the case that you feel lost, you feel very sad, you feel awful, you feel sad, and that's normal, that's okay. And you might think about why am I feeling like this? If I made the right decision, if it was the right decision, if I felt awful in that situation before because it was not right, I was not happy, I made the right decision, and I know it, you know it in your heart, you made the right decision, and still you feel bad, you feel lost, you feel you're living a chaotic life in your life right now, and it's so tough, so difficult, even though you made the right decision. It happens, and it's normal. It's normal. Allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling, even though you made the right decision, and that happens. That's totally normal. You are just going through a transition process that is very tough, and all change, all kind of transformation, all kind of new chapter in your life, all of that takes time, and it also takes some level of pain because you are adjusting in a new, different life. Take your time to allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling, to feel that, and remind yourself that it's normal, it's okay, there's nothing wrong with you, it's fine, it happens to everybody. It's something similar when someone very precious in our lives passes away, which is really sad and really tough, and fortunately it hasn't happened to me that much. Just one case I can remember, right now. But it's really tough. It's really, really tough, because then it's like a chapter in your life that closes, then you have to be prepared to open another chapter in your life as well. And that takes time to process the pain, to process your feelings, and it's normal to feel like that. It's okay, you cannot deny it. And that happens with divorce as well. You are like closing one chapter and preparing yourself to start another one at the same time. So that transformation process, that transition process takes a lot of time, and it's painful, it's chaotic, you feel lost, and that's normal. But be certain that it's also gonna go away, it's gonna be better, you're gonna be moving forward. When you think about it, you're gonna be like, oh, now I'm here, I used to be there, now I don't feel that bad. I'm feeling a lot better. It's like you don't realize about it. It's a process you really, where you immerse yourself, so allow yourself to feel it, to live that moment. And don't worry, it's gonna be better. You're gonna go through it. And number 4 is to prepare yourself for a new chapter in your life. Isn't that exciting? 4 letters. Hope. Even though you're having a difficult moment, like I mentioned just before, and you feel lost, you are in pain, you are going through all this transformation process, you might feel confused as well, you don't know exactly what you have to do, and everything seems like a chaos right now in your life, and it's painful. You're closing that chapter right now, you are trying to forgive the other person, forgive yourself, right? Process all that emotion and process all that pain that's going on. But at the same time, something beautiful from closing chapters is that you have a whole new opportunity, like something like a new chapter opens up in your life. And that's where the word hope appears. Hope. And that's so beautiful, because that's in the middle of the chaos, in the middle of the sadness, of those bad feelings, of that struggle and difficult situation, there's hope. The hope for a better future, for a new chance in your life, for something better that comes to your life. And then you are certain you have learned and grown a lot from that process you had before, from going through that divorce situation. You took a lot from that relationship as well. You learned many things. You're gonna make sure to put into practice in your new relationship or in your new life. If you want to stay single, you can apply that as well. Take advantage of all of that to start creating the new life, the new beginning you want for you. And that's exciting. In the middle of the pain, struggle, and difficulties, you have hope as well. And that's so beautiful. That really is what starts moving your life, what guidance throughout the day, what little by little is gonna make you feel better, and it's gonna make you feel excited about your life again. Think about all the things that you haven't done when you were married, all the things that you would do if you were single. Now you are single, so enjoy, do those things, go out, have friends, meet new people, travel, enjoy your life, enjoy all those things you were not able to do before. And it's your life, it's a new chance, a new opportunity. Do it and enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's a new opportunity. Take it from the heart. It feels chaotic and painful, so it's a weird mix, but little by little, you're gonna start gaining more trust, gaining more hope, gaining more confidence in your life and yourself again, and all the bad feelings, struggle, is gonna be staying behind little by little, little by little. So be certain about that and enjoy that new opportunity you have. Dream again. And number 5, and the last one, is also very important, and I think something you always have to do, not just especially after going through divorce, but also you can keep doing it. It's also very important, because focus on yourself. It's something that's gonna keep you down to earth. It's gonna keep your confidence floating up to the air. And especially after leaving a relationship or getting through a divorce, you were before having the attention or the focus on the other person. Maybe not, but honestly, you had a lot of your focus, not just for yourself, but also on the other person. You share your life with someone else. If you have kids, okay, you know, not the other person, but the kids are always going to be there. They're going to be your focus. But still, it's different when you do not have anybody else. Don't think about your kids. That's different. Let's say your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever, where you have to put that special focus of your life on that person. In that case, you can put all of that focus on you. Do it. And if you have kids, of course, you have to put a lot of focus on them, your life, the most important thing for you. Understandable, keep doing it, of course. But you have one more opportunity to focus a bit more on yourself. Really, that's very important. Focus on what you want to do. Focus on your goals, on your dreams. Take care of yourself. What is it that you like? Maybe before you didn't used to do things because of the other person. So now you can do what you want, what you like, what you feel like. Take care of yourself. Pamper you. Cook for you. Do so your skincare routine or whatever you want to do. Love yourself. Do it. And do it even with kids around. Even if you have your kids, you can do it as well, because the more you love yourself, the more you take care of yourself, you're gonna be able to reflect that more on your kids as well, on your family, on your friends. So that's very important. And maybe you didn't do that before that much when you were with your partner or your husband or wife, ex-wife, ex-partner, because it takes a lot more energy, more time of our lives to spend time with the other person, do also things that the other person likes. We change many things, and it's completely different when you have the life just for you. You can share that with the other people in your life how you want it, and take the best out of you. So those are the things I did. I practiced all of that, and really, it's been 2 years after getting through divorce. In Germany, it takes a bit more time because you have to prove that you have lived 1 year separate from that person before doing the actual paperwork and the formal divorce by law, right? So the first year it was like living separate, and then the second year it was like the whole paperwork and the appointment at the judge, court, whatever, till finally, yeah, when I think about it, it's like, yeah, now it's the thing from the past. But I had to go through all of that. It was difficult. I also went through anxiety, like I have explained in different videos. I went through so many things. So it's not easy. It's not an easy process. It's not like you get out of it and, oh yeah, wow, a new life, new opportunity, out of the blue, and everything starts right away. No, it takes time for you to figure out what you really want in life, how your new life is gonna be, what you really want from yourself in your new beginning, in your new chapter, and how you're gonna make it. And that starts little by little, but the more you do it, the more you focus on yourself, you think about yourself, you love yourself as well, and you start enjoying your life. You're gonna feel better, a lot better. And really, I'm so grateful about everything I have lived in my past, about all of that experience. Grateful for so many things I learned from my ex. I went through so many difficult situations and bad things, but also good things, and I learned from that. And now I'm not in a relationship anymore, but I know all those things I have learned, I'm gonna be able to apply them in a new relationship once I find someone who can make part of my life again.